We still have a long ways to go to realize the innovations of the Vikings. Here are two amazing examples.
Get me to the farm.
Ulfberht Swords. One ancient rarity that has confounded historians for quite a while is the Ulfberht Swords. So far, around 170 of these swords have been discovered, all dating to between 800 and 1000 CE. Among the baffling riddle presented by these swords is how pure they are. Compared to the rest of ancient Europe, which was still creating weak sword edges of terrible quality, the Vikings came up with some way of creating these amazing swords. With analysis comparing to current steel, the cutting edges of the Ulfberht swords contained 3 times the amount of carbon of medieval swords. Where the raw materials even came from is also a mystery, as steel creation didn't become commonplace in Europe for about another 800 years. Indeed, everything about these swords is a mystery, even the engravings of +ULFBERT+T puzzles historians. Exactly how and why the Vikings were able to create such a groundbreaking sword still leaves experts scratching their heads. Viking Sunstones. Ancient lore has suggested that Vikings used special crystals to find their way under less than sunny skies. Though none of these so-called sunstones have ever been found at a Viking archaeological site, a crystal uncovered in a British shipwreck could help prove they did indeed exist. The crystal was found amongst the wreckage of the Alderney, an Elizabethan warship that sank near the Channel Islands in 1592. Discovered very near a pair of navigation dividers, the stone may have been kept along with the ship's other navigational tools. Chemical analysis confirmed that the stone was Icelandic spar, or calcite crystal, believed to be the Vikings' mineral of choice for their fabled sunstones, mentioned in the 13th century Viking saga of St. Olaf. Abraded by sand and clouded by magnesium salts, the Alderney crystal would be useless now for navigation, but in better days such a stone would have been light in a helpful way for seafarers. Because of the unique shape of the calcite crystals, they refract or polarize light in such a way as to create a double image. So if you were to look at someone's face through a clear chunk of Icelandic spar, you would see 2 faces. But if the crystal is held in just the right position, the double image becomes a single image, indicating the crystal is pointing east-west. This useful ability remains even in low light, when it's foggy or cloudy, or when twilight has come. Previously, the researchers proved they could use Icelandic spar to orient themselves within a few degrees of the sun, even after the sun had dipped below the horizon. European seafarers had not fully figured out magnetic compasses for navigation until the end of the 16th century. The researchers say the crystals might have been used on board a Elizabethan ship to help correct for errors with a magnetic compass. At twilight, when the sun is below the horizon with the stars not out, a sunstone could provide the seafarers with an absolute reference. No such crystals have been found yet at Viking sites. The team notes that archaeologists are unlikely to find complete crystals as part of the group of grave goods, since the Vikings often cremated their dead. But recent excavations turned up the first calcite fragment at a Viking settlement, further cementing the fact that some people in the Viking Age were employing Iceland's spar crystals.
And I feel like New York City. Get me to the farm.